Radio check 1 2. Or actually, sorry, mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2 3. We're gonna start this stream off. Be back shortly. Hey guys, AJ Town here, live with the T Storm Chasers, ready to start breaking down this monster storm that we're watching move across the Midwest here into the end of next week here, that we're really starting to watch with that. We are going to be watching a couple systems as well. That's going to push through the area and bring us some chances of seeing snow showers throughout, and also going to be watching some ice chances and some commute issues coming into tomorrow as well. So stick around. We're going to have some fun with this. We're going to be here for about the next half hour, kind of explaining things to you. I appreciate you guys for joining us on a Sunday night at 21:45 here. We are going to jump into things here and get things going. We have our live counter here as well, so then you guys understand and know when we are live and what we are discussing and timing on this. So here's the thing though, late breaking news, no school tomorrow, just to let everybody know. A lot of the schools are closed across the state, and Sioux Falls School District is closed tomorrow, T School District is closed tomorrow, and a lot of them are closed. So unfortunately, as we get ready for ramped up for this, schools are canceled for tomorrow. Sorry, hate to break it for a lot of you, but you're stuck with your kids for another day. Anyways, let's get into this and kind of start breaking things down, looking at it hour by hour. Now this model right here that we're taking a look at is 84 hours out, so we are watching a monster system that is going to push across the Midwest portion of the United States as that does push across. So anyways, we're going to start things off here. We're watching this low pressure system tonight as it comes across those Rockies. As that comes across the Rockies, one problem that we are seeing with these Rockies, it's killing our storm systems. We got to get something good into it. So here's what we're going to see. We're going to see things kind of die off there, change over to rain, because what's going to happen here is that's going to come over the Rockies and then push down with that cold air. We're going to see some of these change over from rain to an ice chance come into Monday. We can start seeing that across the state. We keep an eye on that low pressure system. That low pressure system is going to determine on how strong these storms are going to be. So as these storms start to move across the region, not only do we have a chance of seeing some ice in South Dakota, snow accumulation, maybe some rain, but over in Iowa, we have a concern for seeing some severe weather with it as well. As we do watch there, the models now on Monday, we do see some of that ice accumulation, rain pushing around. We do see that low pressure system right over Iowa. We are watching that do that loop back around thing as well, as it does go into play here. As that does continue into excuse me there. As it does start to loop back around and meet that cold air mass that is coming down from Canada A, we are seeing that change over from rain to snow chances. As that does continue through the day, we do expect it to last a little bit into Tuesday. Now, we're watching another low pressure system that's coming across those Rockies. Remember what I said? Those Rockies are really killing our system. The good news is that low pressure system is a little further south of the Rockies, so then we're not seeing that come into play as much. which is kind of a bad news for us because that's continuing that strength as it does come across there. As we do continue to watch there, now we come into Wednesday. We start to see that system really ramp up right outside of the Rockies. So as we start to ramp that up and everything, we start to see things Wednesday evening start to come into play as far as seeing some snow showers start to push through. Further south right now we go is where we're watching. So literally all it's going to take is a few miles of a difference for the shift depending on how much we're going to get for snow. As you can see there, that heavier band continues into Iowa. So funny thing about Iowa, beginning of the week, they're looking at some severe weather probability. We're going to see hail, possibility of tornadoes, and a possibility of some wind. They have that thunderstorm risk that comes into Monday. Now, as you see coming into Wednesday into Thursday, they're looking at a huge snow system pushing through the state. So, one thing that we are kind of watching here fairly closely is as that system does progress, that low pressure system does continue at 997 millibars, does continue to progress its way northeastward and across the Great Lakes and Midwest area there, bringing us another chance of seeing some of that. Look out further east there. They are just getting slammed with snow system and storm system after storm system. So what's happening is the west system is getting nailed with a jet stream. Let me draw some stuff here. So they're getting slammed with a jet stream. This is pulling in off of the ocean there. And as that does continue to progress across there, we are seeing that is continuing to ramp up then. It is grabbing that moisture that's coming off of the ocean, slamming it into California. Unfortunately, California might become part of the ocean pretty soon, as much moisture as they have seen. That is going to then continue to cross the nation, and then it regains strength as it does move across the United States. I'm going to get rid of that. So, as you can see, that happens. Watch this. So, as we start now, we are watching this system really filled. As it continues across, you can see that it gains that strength back up, and now it's really inbound progressing the Robert, you threw me off there with that comment. But anyways, it does start to regain strength as it moves into the East Coast there. So we are watching this as again, another system's coming across over into the Robert, you got to I'm trying to regain my strength after that comment. Anyways, we are watching the eastern coast or western coast is going to get pounded with that system again, and then we're watching another system move across the states again. As after the western coast gets that, we're seeing this one push through again on Monday of next week, not Monday tomorrow, but Monday of next week. So we are at 7 days out. I'm breathing, Robert. I'm breathing. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. We all needed that good laugh. Anyways, bad thing is we don't delete our lives. So this will always be out there now. Thanks, Robert. Anyways, we are watching Monday into next week is we are also watching another system. Now, this system, with this next system on Monday of next week, we are seeing this as a bigger system come in. We're not seeing it as another repeat, though, of our foot of snow. So don't worry about that. We are watching it, though, as far as it is going to be a moisture filled, because you can see that it is grabbing it off of the West Coast and pushing it across the states there. It's not having the Rockies to go across, so that strength is going to be there. Then as we watch into Tuesday into Wednesday of next week, we are watching another winter storm system that's going to impact. Now, this one's coming straight out of Canada, so it's grabbing out of all that Canada air. So we do expect to see temps really dip as well as that comes in. So as we are looking at some of this stuff, we are going to take a quick look at your 7-day outlook. As we take a quick look at your 7-day outlook, we're looking at Monday is going to be our greatest chance of seeing some of this rain snow mix. Tuesday, I put a 30% chance, even though a lot of the other people have taken that away, simply because we're going to have some of that lingering snow showers that is going to do that wrap around with that low pressure system and bring us that 30% chance of seeing that. Thursday, I put it as a 40% chance because of where that line is going to really set up is going to really matter here. Rest of the week, though, we are looking at sunny, partly sunny, cloudy, mostly sunny skies. So that is a good sign here. Anyways, we will jump back here. Let's move back into North Central. Let me move back into North Central here. As we are getting that to load, I did not load my advisories. Give me just a quick second to load my advisories. I failed. Joys of doing a live show. Hey. Anybody? No school tomorrow. Yep, no school tomorrow. Yep, no school tomorrow. All right. Jumping back in. Winter weather advisory is in effect. It is a holiday. That was part of the joke. Sorry, Cindy. I was trying to be funny with that. Anyways, across the area here, we are seeing a winter weather advisory that is in effect. This winter weather advisory is in effect until noon on Tuesday. As that does continue to progress across the region, most of that area is going to see between 2 inches of snow, up to 2 inches of snow, and up to 0.2 of an inch of ice for this area in green. Now, this was put out by the National Weather Service. This was not put out by us, so just want to make that note. Again, this remains in effect until noon on Tuesday. As we take a quick look here, down south, down along I-80 there, they have a winter storm watch in effect as these cells really start to move across the region. A winter storm watch is in effect through Tuesday into Wednesday. They are looking at 4 to 7 inches for those areas that are above us. Man, it's been a while since I've done a live stream, so I'm getting thrown off my game. I do apologize. Between Cindy's jokes and Robert's jokes, I'm getting choked up here. Anyways, moving on. Let's jump back here. Anyways, we're going to start back here. I like to have fun with my guys. I'm sorry. You know, I do live stream to have fun with you guys, bring you guys weather aware, and also bring you the side of it of where we definitely want to make everybody aware, but yet still have fun and have you guys continue to follow us. So again, thank you those of you that are doing that. Next month things are definitely going to change and look quite differently. Stay tuned with that one. Anyways, as we start to put the map into motion here, Monday, as we start to watch the system here, we really start to see things really start to build through the overnight hours. As we are going to take a look at radar in a little bit here, once that does get updated here, we do see then come about that 3 o'clock, we do see some ice accumulation, mixed precipitation moving through. Now, as we do look Monday morning for your commute, now the European model is putting this as a risk of seeing some of it as a rain system versus as snow or ice. Now, we do see that, again, that low pressure system's having that wraparound. So come Monday night for your commute home is when we are starting to see that ice accumulation really start to change over. We do expect it to be between that 12 and 6 p.m. that things will change. So we're going to have to watch because that cold front or that cold air mass is going to come down from Canada, and that's going to impact the south, and that's where we're looking at some of that. Now, as we start to go into Wednesday is when we start to see that next storm system push in. Wednesday, about 18 Zulu, is when we start really seeing that in. So 6 minus 18 is going to be about 12 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time is when we start to see things come in. Then about 00 Zulu, so that's going to be about your 6 p.m. time frame is what we are looking at, some of that moving through. And then as we jump into Thursday there, we start to see things die off and greatly push off to the west, or east, I'm sorry there. One thing, again, as we were discussing here, and this just jumped on me, so look at how much of a difference of miles. 29 miles, just a 30-mile push. That's quite a push, but 80 miles push to the north is what we are seeing. If we want no snow, we're looking at about a 20-mile push to the south. So that's why I did mention before that we're looking at some snow. We're not expecting a substantial snow system. The GFS and the European models are both somewhat on the same glitch there. Now, as we go into next week there, that Monday, we're watching that really start to come through. Now, that's pushing more through the central portions and western portions of South Dakota. That is not pushing through the Sioux Falls area. So that's kind of good news, but we're looking at that being much of a shift as well. And then as we go into Tuesday, we do see western portions there. Tuesday into Wednesday is really getting pounded with that snow system as well. Then, as we take a quick look here at our latest radar, give me a second to get to that correct screen. As we take a quick look at our radar there, we do see some rain showers, and some of this mixed precipitation is already moving through the area. So definitely something that we are watching fairly close with that as well. So we are watching that fairly close as well, due to seeing that chance of precipitation pushing through. Again, that's more north of us for that mixed and ice accumulation, north of the I-90 corridor. We do see just further west of the Mitchell area there, Plankinton, Kimball, Platte is looking at some of that mixed precipitation. If you guys are on and you're from that area, definitely let us know what you're seeing out there. Again, we are seeing down further south along the Nebraska-South Dakota border rain. But here is why we are also seeing that too. Look at these temps. These temps are 36 degrees in the Sioux Falls area, 34 in Yankton, 32, so it's right at that freezing mark in Chamberlain. North of 80 or 90 there, that's where our temps are above freezing. So that's what we are looking at as far as seeing that mixed precipitation, is because of where this quote-unquote freeze line is set up. You can see that a lot of this is, that rain mixture is right at that freezing point. So that's why the radar's reading it as a mixed precipitation versus as rain. So definitely some rain showers pushing through the area as well. Let's look at a quick look at our GFS model run here. And now, so as we put things into motion here, we do watch that low pressure system again is bringing us that rain through the overnight and into the morning, and then changing over to that ice and mixed precipitation into the overnight or late afternoon, early evening, and then changing over to snow by your commute home, and then greatly pushing out of the area by Tuesday morning. Again, that's why we put that 30% chances, because of the morning system that's pushing through. Here's that next large snowstorm system that we are watching right here that is mostly impacting Nebraska come Wednesday into Thursday. That is slightly shifting it a little further north, but not much, so we don't expect to see large snow totals with that. But Nebraska, unfortunately, does look like Nebraska is going to see a large snow totals with that. Now, as we go into our next snowstorm system, again, we're watching it off of the northwest coast here. And then as that does start to slide across there, we do see that as well as moving through the state. So definitely the GFS and the European models are saying it. Granted, they're shifting the heavier stuff further to the east. So definitely something we're keeping a close eye on. We do have that next Arctic blast, and as that Arctic blast does come down, that's bringing us our next snowstorm system there. As you can see, again, a lot of repeats of coming off of the west coast and really moving across the states there. We're not seeing much of it out of the Gulf. We're seeing the temps out of the Gulf, and then we're seeing that cold air mass come down from Canada. And as those two combine, unfortunately, those are right over the central portions of the United States as those combine. So that's why we are seeing that. Now let's look at a quick snow total forecast here. I know many of you want to know that. As we take a quick look at our snow totals here over the course of the next 24 hours. Let me get that switched back over. As we take a quick look at those snow totals there, we're not seeing much of a snow total for the Sioux Falls area. It's more of that ice concern is what we are looking at. So let's bring that up. And as you can see, it's still loading. You can see some of the isolated ice accumulation there throughout. You do see the heavier band is right there, right along I-29 north of Minnehaha County. I'm going to also say just a little further north of Moody County there into Brookings County is what we are looking at, that greatest ice accumulation with that. As we go through the rest of the 240 hours, so the next 10 days, we're not looking at much there for the ice accumulation, so that is a plus. As we look 240 hours out, definitely take this with a grain of salt because I don't even know what's going to show up. But this is looking, again, we are watching that next winter storm system that's going to move across. That will bring, again, we did mention it before, substantial snowfall to the Nebraska area where some areas could see 19 plus inches of snow. So we are seeing that. That was with that one model that does push that bigger storm system to the south of Sioux Falls is what we are looking at, seeing that snow totals a lot higher. So that is that one that we are looking at some really substantial snowfalls. Over in the Rocky areas, 2+ feet of snow for much of the Rockies. But hey, this time of year, they grab their skis and go out and have some fun. So, good news is we're not looking at a substantial amount of ice or snow with this next system that's Monday into Tuesday. We're looking at just a little bit of trace of snow and a little bit of ice accumulation. But hey, there's no school. They decided to cancel school for tomorrow, so you know that's a plus, right? Anyways, then as we start to watch this next system Wednesday into Thursday, we are seeing that system stay further south. We'll start tracking that with you guys and keep you guys up to date with that. As we take a precipitation outlook there, we're going to be that near normal, if not just a little above normal for this time of year, coming in towards the end of January. Then as we take a quick look at your temp outlook, now this is maps that are not put out by us. They are put out by the National Weather Service. You can see that we are below normal, likely going to be below normal coming into the end of January. Now, as I did mention, we are watching an area in Iowa that is under a slight threat here of seeing now this area in green is what we are watching. That area in green is going to have the chance of right now seeing some severe thunderstorm threat or some thunderstorms pushing through the area. Earlier today, they had that up to a slight risk of seeing some severe weather push through. Even an isolated tornado risk is going to be possible. I'm still favoring that versus what they have just issued with this. One thing I do want to look at. I'm going to load this here real quick and just kind of. So you can see that that push is coming in from the Gulf there. As that Gulf warm air mass does start to come up is where our concerns is coming in right around the 18 Zulu to 00 Zulu is what we are watching. There's some isolated risk of seeing some severe. Slight risk. I do foresee them coming back and probably upgrading that back to that slight risk. Even there is a very slim chance of seeing some tornadoes as well with this. So I do think they're going to come out with some new models and definitely issue an outlook of seeing a slight risk for, again, the area that is in green. More so it's going to be west or right along the Illinois border there. Maybe just to the west a little bit, and we'll definitely see some severe weather probability there as well. So stay tuned with T Storm Chasers. There's some big news coming with us, some excitement. Those of 45 of you that are sticking around, thank you for supporting us. Those of you that have supported us, we cannot make this next move without your guys' support. So thank you very much. It's going to be so much fun to bring you everything and the growth with us. Thank you, guys. We could not do that without you. So I just want to say thank you. So those of you that are part of the team that are watching this already know what a lot of this is. Those of you that are close to me, a lot of you already know what that is as well. So we'll have some fun bringing you guys some updates. February, things are going to change. So thank you, guys. Stay tuned with T Storm Chasers as we continue to bring you guys the latest weather and news information. Again, this has been AJ Town live with the T Storm Chasers bringing you the latest weather. And remember, there's no school